My name is Nidha. I was diagnosed in August 1998. I had just completed my first year of college and I went to get my health form filled out from the doctor. And he looked at me and he said, "Oh, you look really pale. Is it okay if I do a blood test?" And I was like, "Go ahead, doesn't bother me." And that very day he called back. I didn't even make it home. He said I had high white blood count, and so it could either be a really bad infection or maybe something else. And the very next day, they took me to Memorial Sloan Kettering and they did a bone marrow biopsy, a spinal tap, and they knew right away that I had AML, acute myelogenous leukemia. I thought, okay, let's take care of it. I have to go back to school. I was 18 years old. I really thought the whole process would be done within 6 months and I'd be back in school. It did not work out that way. So the first things the doctor said were that I would need a bone marrow transplant and I would need to find a match. So I said, oh, I have so many family members, someone will come out as a match. And everyone was tested. No one came out as a match. So we started with the chemo treatments. And my family on their own, they started doing bone marrow drives, trying to find me a match. We had drives at my house, we had them at community centers, at mosques, at colleges. I was never able to attend any of the drives because I was always sick.
And when I got the phone call from Smart, from the New York Blood Center, was, "Hey, you're a match." And I'm going, "I'm a match for what?" Just, "You're a match." And I was a match to save a life. It was just an amazing experience emotionally. And here's a chance to actually make a difference, saving somebody. And I was just thrilled that I had a chance to do that. When you get the phone call, the initial reaction is, yes, I want to do this. Then it comes, okay, well, I've got to talk to mom and dad, I've got to see what all the effects are. They said, look, you have a chance to do this, there are no side effects, very little chance of anything going wrong through it. Go ahead and do it. Don't even think about it, just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and help somebody else.
After my bone marrow transplant in April 1999, I was quite sick. And so I was in and out of the hospital. So in the beginning of 2000, the next year, maybe in January, they noticed that I was retaining a lot of fluid and they checked my kidney function and they said it was, it wasn't doing well. They put me on dialysis. And I was on that for nearly 5 years. I'd gone back to school while I was on dialysis.
Basically, I've known Nidha for about 3 or 4 years. I was her peer advisor coordinator, and she, right off the bat when we did her interview there, she mentioned about her bone marrow donation and what she went through with that, and I thought that was very inspirational then.
I decided it's taking too long. I've been on this kidney transplant waiting list for way too long. I decided to make a website with the help of my bone marrow donor, looking for a kidney donor. Now I can't believe that I actually did that, but I did it.
For some reason that clicked with me, like, wow, she really, really needs this. This is something really important that she needs to have done. And she's looking at strangers to help her, and I just made me think, I could be that person who can help her.
When he contacted me to let me know, I was stunned. I did not contact him right away. And when I did, I kept asking, are you sure? Are you sure?
There was reluctancy in my family. Not that they weren't supportive, but they were very concerned about the decision. A few weeks later, me, my family, and her family went out to dinner. And as soon as we met, Nidha ran up and she just hugged my mom. And you could see the look in my mom's face, it was like she was on board.
So doing something like this to me is like a very heroic act because it's not something you're required to do. But here he was just so selflessly willing to give, like, oh, you need it? Here, I have one. Here you go.
No, I really wouldn't describe it as heroic. Nidha's a wonderful person. She's a good friend. And I really just saw it as a way to help her. And that's what I feel that you're supposed to do is when you know someone's in need, you do whatever you can to help them. It's just a wonderful experience to know that I was able to be part of a miracle happening for someone else, and you can't put a price on that. There's no school you can go to teach you how to do that. It's just something that comes along, and it's a wonderful experience if you have that opportunity.